Hey, hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of No Man's Sky. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Cane Vault, and we are going to head over to the first rendezvous point. Then we're going to try to install an interstellar scanner, and we're also going to recall our fleet here and let it come in and land. Now, I was told in the comments, and that was that you can send these guys out and just recall them right away. It'll use up the fuel still, but it won't take all your time, which is kind of a cool thing to do if you're like in a hurry. So thanks for Andre Vandal for bringing that up in the comments on the first video for the series, because that does come in handy. So yeah, if you don't want to run these missions over and over, you're running out of time or you just don't have the patience for it, then that's the thing to do. Send them out and then recall them, and it still counts. So definitely appreciate that. For now, I'm going to let them run, but maybe at the end I'll do that if I get, crunched for time or whatever. But that's awesome. Awesome to know. And you don't have to worry about them getting destroyed and everything, too. We don't have any more trade expeditions. That's the other problem. We have a balanced one. Don't know if this will... Oh, it's a 1 star. Yeah, we're gonna let that one ride for now. Maybe we'll do something else later on. All right, so let's go ahead and warp to the next section. I believe with the upgrades that we put in, we'll be able to do that. Yeah, 2 systems away. And here we go. 242 light years, baby. So once we get to the rendezvous point, we're going to need to gather up some. We're going to go to the space station first before we do anything else in here. And we're going to get some wiring looms because I know I need a handful of those. And if we can buy copper, we'll buy copper. I don't really care at this point. I mean, it is what it is. But we're going to also look for a couple nav datas so that we can try to get a ship again. Oh, look, more freighters. Including what I believe is a Star Destroyer. Maybe not. Anyway, we're not freighter shopping. God, this thing handles so poorly. Yeah, just what's all my main character doing the weekend mission in my little squid that's all decked out and everything. That thing has such a tight radius and turning. It's so responsive. It's so good on fuel and everything. Hopping into this clunker afterward is awful. It's like getting out of your Lambo and getting into your Pinto, Ugh. But in any case, let's go on up here. And we're also going to buy a slot for our suit while we're here, too. Alright, I don't see any potential nav datas on this side. Probably on the other one. The wiring looms. Man, look at that. Oof. It's a lot of money to dump, but what the hell. We're going to do our best to find a ship while we're here. And that should give us a nice chunk of change. I don't go back in here very often. This is something I have a feeling down the road Hello Games is going to do something with this room. But for now, it's always, empty. Couldn't remember if they had nav data in there or not. I know they have it in the room across the way sometimes, so we'll go look there, as well as out front where all the guys are selling everything. There's a possibility. All right, got one. Normally I'm happier to get nanites for these things, but in situations like this, the nanites can wait, I'd rather have the nav data. I mean, I got one of each, okay. My suit upgrade, it is 5,000. No problem, we will take it. Oh, there's a couple more potentials over here. That one doesn't want to let us touch it, neither does that one. Okay, they're just pretty little shiny things. Not fit for interaction, I get it. How about this one? What the hell, I feel like I've been here before, but this is my first time to this system. Okay. Gonna cheese me off, are you? Got all these much nicer ships, and here's my little junker. It's all scratched up. Got duct tape on it. Alright, well, we got a new award, a well-oiled machine, which is... Oh, constructing the refinery room. We never collected that. Warp hypercore and storage room plans, okay. Install them. Alright, so reach the first rendezvous. And that looks like that's it over here. Somebody conveniently put a base there. What's a cobalt mine? It might be worth checking out if they've got a pretty good mine and we can clear it out. We could make a few bucks. This is a nice planet though, an overgrown planet. Paraffinium. So you know it's not going to be super hot, super cold, toxic, or radioactive or any of that nonsense. It'll just be a fairly pleasant place to hang out.
Technology recharge.
So that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll find that base, grab a little cobalt. That'll be some free money basically at this point, you know. We're going to go to the mine first, and then we're going to go to the rendezvous point. I'm very curious to see what we got here. Ah, somebody's already here. The weather's kind of crappy. But that's alright. We get some nav data maybe? Nanites. New weapon? C-class. Can't afford one anyway, but you know. Search these real quick. Oh, only one of them. Some more nanites there. Alright, we got a hike to go. Usually we're going to land down here because I think this might be the rendezvous point. And as I land and see 500 communication stations, I do believe I'm right. Yep. America. Hello, world. Happy New Year. I love it, man. I do love this community. This is probably one of the best communities in gaming. Alright, so we made it here. Let's go ahead and get this one off. Oh, we can make the magnetic resonator now. How sweet is that? And we can upgrade the exosuit. Let's do that. What does it take to make a resonator? Magnetized ferrite and ionized cobalt. Oh, look at that. We got a nice chunk of nanites, too. That's good. Alright, well, we did want to get some copper, so... Copper at 500, copper at 400. And then there's cobalt over there. The storm looks like it's about to go away. And at worst case, we can go underground. So we're going to go grab some copper and some cobalt because we need that ionized cobalt. You saw that. To make those pieces that will let us make the thanking Sean for the game. I love it. Yeah, that'll let us do the, what is it, the scanner, I think. So that's a beautiful thing. Hopefully nobody's taking all this copper. Being that it's so close by, it wouldn't shock me, but it looks like a pretty big deposit. Man, terrain here's a little on the... Ooh, there's something else over here. More copper? Yeah, more copper. Alright, well, let's get to it. Eat it all up, baby. So I hear there's well, I just got Jedi Fallen Order, of course, with the PlayStation Plus this month, and I gotta say, I plugged it in for a little bit, and it's pretty badass. I'm going to definitely be playing some of that, especially with Jedi Survivor coming out. But I also heard that Ubisoft is developing a Star Wars game, and some of the speculation today was that it was going to be an experience similar to No Man's Sky, which... Okay, that's kind of cool. Can you imagine this type of game with a Star Wars mythos behind it and those different alien races and language? You've already got an established mythos. Now, I'm going to be honest. Star Wars, you know, I was 6 years old when Star Wars came out, the original movie. And my dad took me to see it, and that was the perfect age, perfect time of my life to just fall in love with the adventure of that movie. You know, it was so cool. Darth Vader was scary enough. Luke was idealistic enough, Han was cool enough, Leia was pretty enough, the robots were funny enough, the droids. Everything just clicked in that film. And then, of course, The Empire Strikes Back came out, and I was a little older. I can't remember what year that one came out. Or was it 79? Well, anyway, in any case, everything was like, it was the perfect storm for me to fall in love with this franchise. And I remember... You know, George Lucas saying he planned for a full 9 of them, and I kind of calculated out in my head that based off of how long it took to make The Empire Strikes Back compared to the first game. I was like, man, I'm going to be in my 30s before this series ends, so haha on me. You know, it'll take a lot longer than that. But in any case, it's, you know, it was diminishing returns throughout the years for me. You know, the prequel series was just abysmal in some ways and mediocre in others. It was very frustrating. was a very frustrating series. Like, it just felt like, God, how can I even describe it? Like, Jar Jar Binks was an abomination, for one thing. He made that movie, the first movie, unwatchable. And then every time he showed up in the second and third one, and granted, they were very brief moments, it just brought back memories of the, oh, miso, miso, and the farting noises and the sticking the tongue out and how stupid he was. And it was very annoying. I detested that character. I really did. And you had the second movie, the Attack of the Clones was not good. You know, the love story, there was no chemistry between the characters. The two are supposed to be in love, you know, and Padaway and Anakin were just awful. They just had no chemistry. And everybody memes about the sand, you know, and that little monologue Anakin had about sand and all that, and it pretty much sums it up. It was just so bland. And then you had the stupid little robots, you know, and the Roger and all that. They were just, they were insufferable. And then the third one came out, and that was the one that, out of all of them, was the most tolerable. Well, check this out. We've got a conglomeration of ships here. It's been an accident. You know, it was the most tolerable of them, but it still was far from good. And none of them recaptured the magic of the originals, in my opinion. But it is what it is, right? You know, it's very often the case with things, and like the updated special effects, and then Lucas released the original trilogy with updated special effects and additional CGI. And if you watch those today, they have not aged well. The rest of the movie, you know, I mean, it shows its age all around, but you know, the attack on the Death Star, even though it was miniatures and all that, still looks 100 times better than the CGI Jabba the Hutt, which just looks flat, awful, and out of place. Or the way Han moves, and they make Greedo shoot first. Just silly things like that. It was very, very frustrating. Just leave that in there as who shot first, Han or Greedo. Who cares? That's a great debate. That's something that people would talk about for, you know, and have talked about for years, decades after the original movie. Why resolve that? That was so silly. All right, but anyway, I'm going off here. So we need an interstellar scanner. So let's go ahead and start the installation process. Magnetized ferrite and chromatic metal. So we can go up and do this on the inside, and I'll go ahead and process some of that. So we built a refiner, right? Yes, we did. Alright, so we do the ferrite dust. That's going to take a little bit. We'll get all that going. I'll cut back when I've done all the copper. Let's see how much copper I have. And magnetized ferrite. That's a decent amount. And then I'll cut back in. See you shortly. Alright, so we are done processing all that stuff. And we installed the chromatic metal. Almost did this off screen. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Boom. And interstellar scanner done. So I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it for here. We'll go ahead. 2,000 nanites. Powerful movement system upgrade. Powerful pulse engine upgrade. Awesome. And we got another reward here, which we already have all that stuff, but that's okay. Got up to 6,000 nanites almost. Alright, so read the second entry in the ship's log. I believe we can do that right now, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my god, are you serious? Look at this, guys. That is a sweet looking ship. Yeah. I'm a little short. Oh man. I knew I heard something. That's a sweet looking little ship, though, landing right here. Oh, if only I could afford it. I'm gonna have to do some ship farming. All right, can I read the log? Yep, I sure can. Hmm? The vessel and the crew can speak to the freighter commander to browse ship records. And there it goes, it's leaving. Oh, wait, it said something. Hold on. It says, log inaccessible cruise has not yet reached destination. Use expedition path in the galaxy map to navigate. All right, so we have to move on. It's completely my bad. So let's go ahead and... Oh, God, you know. Get your brain together, bro. Get your brain together. So next up on the route... Here. Here. Out of jump range, of course. I do love the way these ships look when they're warping. All right. Now I think, do we have enough fuel? Yeah, we got 80% still, so let's make the next jump. Read the log. And we'll move on, work on the second chapter as well as whatever else we need to do to clean up the other ones. I meant, you know, and I should have, we were down on that planet, scanned a couple more creatures, but that's okay. We have plenty of opportunity to do that. Now, I did on my main character, I went ahead and had some fun. I did the weekend mission, which was the Finding the Bones Again one. That's why I didn't do a weekly mission thing this week, because I'd already done 2 of those in like the last 3 or 4 weeks, so I think it's silly. It's the same thing. There was like 3 dudes down there already, 2 or 3 dudes. And it was funny, man. The Sentinels were just coming left and right. We had walkers everywhere. It was great. It was a good time. All right, so I got this one. We'll collect a reward. And orbital exocraft materializer. We need a warp cell ×3. Yay, we can customize our color. Got some wiring looms. That's good. All right, and reach the second rendezvous. Is that in this system? That'd be cool if it is. Yeah, it is. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to that second rendezvous point. Man, I wanted that ship. It was nice, but I'm not keeping this character anyway, so no point in it. Here we go. Definitely want to get some cobalt. We got to remember that. There's none on this planet, so that'll be a waste. Maybe we'll go to the space station, see if we can buy some from there at least. Of course, we'll need to sell something to be able to afford buying it, so there's that. Oh, is this underwater? Let's go ahead and land. Yeah, see, it's a freighter there underwater. UFO crash site. Nice little solar ship, bro. Oh, look at that. I saw somebody said Nintendo Switch. That's awesome.
Extreme radiation detected.
I know the Switch users really kind of got the raw end of the deal with things as far as, not getting all the Quicksilver missions and all that kind of stuff. So good to see they're at least being able to do expeditions. It's a crappy planet. Freaking radioactive water. Not good. Any creatures around? So we'll scan a couple of aquatic creatures if we come across them. There we go.
Units received.
I know we're not too far.
Power cells completed.
We're not too far from being finished, so that's good. And we got the rendezvous. Perfect. Was there another creature around here? Sure was.
Units received.
Alright, let's get some oxygen. We'll head back to our starship and then we'll take stock of everything we've got here. I want the terrain manipulator. There we go. Why is nothing charged?
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, I know the radiation's falling. But we're okay. We're almost back. I don't want to have to waste the sodium. There we go. Greetings from Missouri. Alright, so now we read the second log and collect that. Teleport chamber. And upgrade the exosuit. Thank you. A little bit helps. Whoa, why did we jump all the way to there? Okay. So, construct an orbital exocraft materializer and deploy a submarine. Oh, we don't have the ability to... make a little submarine thing, do we? Nope. So I guess we're gonna have to make the thing on the ship. Let's go ahead and bring it in right here. Go on up there and see exactly what we need to do and what resources we need to gather to build whatever other parts the ship requires. That was a solid turn. Alright, now we're going to head to the space station and get those parts. So, we want a teleportation chamber, which we'll need silver for, and amino chambers. Exocraft materializer, ionized cobalt, and warp cells. Alright, let's go grab a little silver, and then we'll head to the space station. Get that cobalt, hopefully. Shouldn't be hard. There's always cobalt on space stations, and we might even get lucky and find ionized cobalt, which would be even better. I know we could wait for some ships to land on our ship and buy from those guys, but there's no guarantee to what they have, so there's a little flourishing planet too. We might go down there and some free stuff and money, oxygen, huh? Yeah, we might drop down there to scan the last of the animals. How many more animals do we need? Oh, we got them all. Perfect. I thought that popped up, but I didn't see the insignia pop up indicating that it really happened, so I was like, alright, whatever. A lot of ships here. That's to be expected, though. Yep, I saw one. I guess if someone else is grabbing these, we can't get them. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get our suit upgrade. 35,000? I don't think so. What about one of these? Much cheaper. Such a bargain. Alright, we got that. I was talking to him already. Yeah, we can't afford to buy a lot. We definitely need to find a ship. So they've got 46,000 credits worth of cobalt. No silver. I think that's that dude's ship, right? Yeah. Anything to sell? It's not even worth selling if it... Yeah, nothing really to sell. Could dump off a little gold, but at this point, what's the point? We're going to go make that ionized cobalt, and I believe that'll be enough for us to make what we need for the next room on this ship, and then that'll be a wrap, I think, for today. Let's see what we can do. We're moving along nice. We're 3 episodes in, just a couple hours into the mission, and we've got 1 full part done, and a lot of sporadic stuff on all the others. We'll take stock before we sign off and see where everything is. So let's go back to phase 2. So phase 2, we've got 3 of them done. Teleport chamber, the orbital exocraft materializer, deploy a submarine. We can do that while we're here if we get this built. Construct a double cultivation chamber. I think we have the ability to do that. That's not necessary. That's just traveling. Stellar extractor room, we don't have that yet. This we can start doing. I can start buying those slots. I have to take down some pirates. We only have 3 fleet expeditions, so I'll have to launch another one. A scanner room, galactic trade room. A lot of rooms. Yeah, there's the restored and repurpose the starship for scrap. 6 million on the units. We are nowhere near that, so that's going to take a bit. Expand the fleet. That's going to be expensive, but that's what that 6 million will go for. We'll just buy some crap. All right. I see where we're standing. All right, so this thing. Warp cells, that's what we want. So I need 2 antimatter housings.
Product constructed. Product constructed.
All right, we got that. There's the Nautilus chamber plans, the Romer Gia Bay, and the Exocraft specialist room. All right. We need crystal sulfide and salt for that, so we're definitely going to have to go back down to that water planet. Maybe we'll go ahead and do that now. Let's look at the cultivation chamber. Silver. Still need silver. All right, we're going to go get a bunch of silver and all that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode of No Man's Sky. This is the Polestar Expedition Redux, and this was part 3. Thanks for joining me. If you found this useful, helpful, or entertaining at all, please don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you know every time a new video is about to drop. I will see you all next time. Until then, this is kind of creepy. Peace. Bye. Very creepy.